took a week off, but guess what? We back. We back. Let's get into Tiger Den. Woo! Let's go.
This is C&T Talking Tigers, where talking Auburn football is what we do. Welcome to the Tiger Den.
Go back to the Tiger Den, everybody. C&T Talking Tigers. We are so happy to be back with you once again here on YouTube. I'm one of your hosts, Courtney Chandler. That man to my right is Tony Milford. We're so happy to be back with you once again. We took a week off to catch up. You know, we had a bye week just like the team had a bye week. So
Thanks.
we back. Tony, how you feeling, man?
Hey, man, feeling refreshed after the bye week, you know what I'm saying? Had to regroup, reformulate plans, you know what I'm saying, and get ready to attack these Razorbacks, man. We ain't looking back. We're going to reflect on Ole Miss, before the bye week, but anything after the bye that we talk about Ole Miss, we ain't going to worry about it no more. We're moving forward.
Right. We moving forward. And let's go ahead and talk about this. Go ahead and get it out of the way. We did take a L, but you know what? I'm not even too really upset. We lost to Ole Miss 34-48. These guys was down at 1.21-0. Came back, found a way to get back to a touchdown at most of the second half until they had that crazy rain delay, which Auburn don't do really good in rain delays, and Ole Miss finally edged it out. But Tony, this game it started off looking very, very ugly, but our guys fought their way back in it, and they had Ole Miss on the ropes for most of the second quarter and most of the rest of the game. They had them on the ropes.
Yeah, man. Started out ugly, man. We was down 21-0. We got 17 in the second half. We go to halftime, 28-17. Got a little momentum rolling. We come out. We score 20. I think they go up 31-7. No, they keep the field goal. So it was 31-17, and then we get it going 31-24. Then they score again. We was right there every step of the way. We was right there at the touchdown, man. It was 41-34. Then they randomly they eked it on out. But man, there was a lot of good. There's a whole lot of bad in that 48-4 loss too. Yeah, we fought hard. We fought back. Scored the second most points we've scored all year, which was 34. The offense actually scored in the second half, which kudos to that. Put up 17 in the first half, put up another 17 in the second half. Historically, we usually beat Ole Miss. I don't know, but I think all the time we probably got the record, but I'm just saying in my lifetime as an Auburn fan, we usually beat Ole Miss a lot. We usually beat Ole Miss. Very few times, few and far in between, where Ole Miss actually beats us. This one was tough though, man. Robbie stumped. I'm just gonna be honest. Robbie was 8 for 17, 140 yards, threw 2 picks, was sacked twice. In the run game, he carried it 15 times for only 35 yards. He scored 2 touchdowns. Robbie, for the majority of the game, stunk it up. Tank, 20 carries, 179, basically 180, 2 touchdowns. He was tremendous. Tank looked like Tank. Jaquez had 10 carries for 80 yards. We ended up with 300 yards rushing. We had like maybe 15 first downs. We ran the ball exceptionally well.
Right.
But on the flip side of things, they ran the ball down our throat.
Yeah.
To like a hot knife through butter. Shout out to his son Juckins, the young freshman phenom from Montgomery, Alabama. That boy put 25 for 139 on us in 2 touchdowns. Zach Evans, the backup running back, had 21 for 136 and a touchdown. Dart, who was terrible at quarterback as far as in the passing game. He was 9 for 19, only 130 yards. But he threw 3 touchdowns and only 1 pick. We only sacked him 1 time. But he also had 14 carries for 115 yards.
Yeah.
They third string running back had 4 carries for 63 yards.
Mm-hmm.
These people had a grand total of 448 yards rushing. Our defensive coordinator should have been fired right after the game.
Yeah. Yeah, that's unacceptable.
448 yards rushing in Jordan.
That's
No, we was
Houston.
in Mississippi.
Houston Hawks.
We were down there in Von Hemingway.
Yeah.
But there's no place on earth that an Auburn defense should ever have 448 yards put on their head.
Yeah.
No place. They were 12 for 19 on third down.
Yeah.
They did basically what they wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
This is the third game of the season where we have given up 40 plus points. You can't. I mean, it was terrible, bro. Like it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible, man. These guys, we didn't have an answer for the run game of Ole Miss, and
Yeah.
that was beyond me because the fact that we were in the game. This wasn't like these other second halves where we weren't in the game. The offense wasn't on the field. They wasn't putting up points. The defense was just getting dogged out. That wasn't the case. We come out, they score, we score.
Right.
And then we would get you back on defense and you wouldn't score. I mean, you couldn't stop them. They just score again. But then we get about, we score again. Okay, we got a little life. And then y'all just let the air right back out of us, man.
Yeah.
The defense, there was no way that this offense put up 34 points and we lose the game. That shouldn't have happened. Not the way this defense, the way the defense I've seen all year. I just figured if they could just get a little help in the second half, they pull the game out.
They got it too. I mean, the offense came through for once, and the defense could hold their end.
For once, finally, we got some production from offense in the second half of a ball game, and I'd be damn if the defense just ain't say, "Well, we ain't got it today." Y'all go ahead. Y'all go ahead. Not
Eric
one,
Hall has
not
lost
two,
his number
but
again.
300-yard rushers, man. What on with the quarterback, man?
And Jackson Dart is no way
He is not
near
Lamar Jackson.
Matt Corral.
He ain't Lamar Jackson. He ain't Johnny Manziel.
Right.
Man, that was awful, man. It was exciting from the offensive standpoint to see Tank and Jarquez and Robbie and those guys get big chunks. But the fact that they would turn around and just get on defense and just gash us. That was terrible, man. That was terrible. I was highly disappointed in our defense. I'm thinking the offense is gonna let us down. Like I said, we did a good job in the passing game. We kind of held it in check, but it don't matter if they can't pass when they can run whenever and however they want to.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's where I'm at on that one, man. That was disgusting. Our stomach. I know. They just ran it down our throats and gave it to us, and we couldn't do nothing about it. I mean, I was impressed. I give our offensive line and our backs credit. They came to play. Ole Miss defense, I really thought was gonna be, what I'm saying, was gonna, bottle us up a little bit, which, they did what they did with Robbie in the passing game, but taking Quiz, they put it on them, man. We 300 yards rushing ain't never nothing to sneeze at. But I mean, when you give up 100, you run for 300, but the next team run for 440, basically 450. Like, it just negates what you just did.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
So hopefully, after a week off, had time to go back, rest some guys up, reevaluate, and hopefully we can come out against Arkansas at home at 11. What is it? At home at 11 o'clock, right?
11 o'clock. Yep.
Arkansas at home at 11 o'clock.
Before we jump into that, How you feel about that onside kick that Lane made? I feel like that kind of like shifted, like kind of like the momentum of the game because then they was able to get the ball back and they put our defense back on the field instead of getting the offense on the field.
That cause Lane knew if we get that, we was finished go again,
Yeah,
and he needed to do something, and that's what good coaches do. That was just a great coaching call.
yeah, I
Kind of,
understand.
kind of like Sean Payton in the Super Bowl against the Colts that year. Yeah, I mean, when they absolutely least expected is the best time to do it. That was a great coaching call. You called. It was a great call, and it was executed. It was great execution. Call it slipper.
Yeah, yeah. And like you said, we put that one behind us. It's a new day, new season. We ain't gonna look back at the old stuff that happened. Um, the past couple weeks. We had the bye week. We done had our bye week. Um, it was disappointing, but it was a little encouraging just to see. They fight and came back, and we got Arkansas. Uh, um, this is a very interesting game. They are that thing come on the screen. There you go. They are currently 4-3.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's 11 o'clock kickoff. Right now, Auburn is favored. According to ESPN, it has 56.3 chance to win to Arkansas's 43.7 percent chance to win. Of course, the star of that team is KJ Jefferson. He's 109 for 161. 1463 yards in the air, 14 touchdowns, one interception. Raheem Sanders, their leading rusher, 870 yards on the ground, 7 touchdowns. And Jay Hazelwood is their leading receiver, 406 yards and 2 touchdowns. So, Tony, how you feel about this? I feel a little bit better after seeing Ole Miss. And Arkansas has kind of had their struggles this year. Uh, losing. I think they lost to Texas A&M, and they also took a L to Alabama as well. I think it was their third game they took a L to.
Well,
Mississippi State.
yeah,
Mississippi State.
they lost. Yeah, they lost a close one to A&M, and then they were in the game back and forth with Bama for a while. I think they were a little banged up when they went to Mississippi State and got beat. They just came from BYU. I think last week they went to BYU and thumped them on the head. KJ Jefferson, 29 of 40, 367 yards and 5 touchdowns, no turnovers against BYU. As you stated, he's 14 touchdowns to only one pick. He also averages 57 yards rushing per game on the ground with an additional 4 touchdowns. Raheem Sanders is putting up 124 yards a game. Uh, like you said, Jaden Hazelwood and Matt Landers are their two leading receivers. Hazelwood has the most yards. Landers has the most touchdowns, and they're both around the same. Hazelwood's about 58 yards a game. Landers about 51 yards a game. So they don't do a whole lot in the passing game, but when they do, those are the guys they look to. Um, Arkansas is a well coached, physical team. Man, historically, Arkansas has been a tricky game for Auburn. Whether
Yeah,
it's early morning kickoff and Jordan had Fred Talley run crazy on us, or we go down to Arkansas and it's raining cats and dogs at 11 o'clock and they
cool.
beat us or
Oh,
something. They beat us and they shouldn't have. Man,
right.
Arkansas some dangerous cats, man, especially that 11 o'clock kickoffs, whether it be in Fayetteville or it be in Auburn, man. Those are some dangerous cats, man. Um, on defense, bro, Dwight McLaughlin leads the team with 3 picks, and they get after the quarterback, bro. Zach Williams 3 sacks, Jordan Dominic 4.5 sacks, and Drew Sanders leads the way with 6.5 sacks. Man, they are athletic and they are aggressive. They get after the ball. They have the advantage on us at quarterback. Um, that's big. They're a well balanced team. The same way Ole Miss was well balanced, these guys are just as well balanced, if not more. And they're going, they watched the same film. They saw the same game that we saw the last time we played and how we could not stop the run for anything, which we ended up, Penn State ran the ball all over us. Georgia ended up running the ball all over us. Missouri had a good day running. And then last time we played Ole Miss just had their way with us on the ground. So just following the trend, uh, I would hand the ball off as much as possible if I was Arkansas to see, you know, how we shored up that run defense over the
Right.
bye week. Um, these guys, man, like I said, these guys are excuse me. Like I said, last time we played, our third down defense was terrible. Ole Miss was 12 for 19. Arkansas comes in 49% completion. 49% success rate on third down. So they're basically getting half of their third downs. They average 249 yards per game pass. They average 240 yards a game rush. So, I mean, the formula is set up the way the way it's been looking, man. These games are getting rougher and rougher, man. I mean, we came out against Ole Miss and we showed some grit, to stay in it and get in it. But man, to get down 21-0, on the road like that was tough. We probably needed that week off, man. Spent a lot of turnover this week with us losing some guys.
A lot.
But I mean, you just gotta hopefully Harsin can keep these guys checked in mentally. Hopefully the last couple of weeks of practice we have been really, really good. And hopefully we're finding a way to use Robbie better and not put him in such, put him in more situations for him to succeed because he's not just a natural drop back passer. Just beat you throwing it 35 times a game, picking you apart. Robbie needs to throw the ball somewhere between, 12 to 18 times a game, and he needs to have somewhere 15 to, at least 15 runs behind him to go along with Tank and to go along with Jarquez. Hopefully we figure something out about ourselves, offense, during the Ole Miss game and during the bye week. So hopefully that's been coached up. It's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough. I know the crowd's gonna be there. That's never gonna be an issue. Arkansas is still a talented team. This is the same team that was probably close to preseason top 10. Or definitely was in the top 15. I know.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'm hoping for a better game defensively than we've shown last few weeks. I'm hoping the same offense shows up that comes out of the locker room Saturday, and I'm hoping the defense of prior to Ole Miss shows up. So if we can get the Auburn offense from Ole Miss and the Auburn defense that was any game except Ole Miss,
Oh man.
I like our chances.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, this is gonna be a tough one, and it's not necessarily because Arkansas good teams, but like you said at the beginning, these games against them is just always something weird happen. You can always expect something
Something funny.
strange to happen in these games against Arkansas. And it's always a trap game for some reason. Um, so I don't know what's weird's gonna happen. I think last year was probably the only year something weird really didn't happen. But
The year
usually
before
always
that, we robbed them.
yeah, the year before that we robbed them bad. We robbed them
We
bad.
robbed them.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, last year was the only year I can remember that something weird didn't happen. Um, but I think moving forward, and just what I saw 2 weeks ago, I'm gonna give them a W. It ain't gonna be a blowout, but I'll give them a W 24-20. I'll say they win. They get 24-20 on them.
You got Auburn winning 24-20.
I do. I'm gonna give them 24-20.
Y'all heard that, y'all. Y'all hear that, Auburn
I
people?
got faith.
According
I got
to
faith
the
in them.
game. Oh man, what's going on? Boy, I
I got
almost did
faith
a
in y'all.
praise dance up in here.
Huh?
I almost did a praise dance up in here. You in here calling out that win like that, boy.
Hey, I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna get on 24-20, man. I'm gonna give it 24-20.
But shit, man, well, Auburn Nation, I'm gonna say this. I'm nervous because they can really sack the quarterback. And if we just drop Robbie back, them boys coming. But we keep him on the move, roll him out, get him on the edge, and we can run the ball like we did 2 weeks ago. I think this could be our momentum builder. Um, Courtney said 24-20 Auburn. I'm gonna say 21. Oh no, that ain't enough. 20, 27-21 Auburn.
You
We're
gonna
gonna
give
put
a
up
field goal?
27. I think the defense gonna put us in a position to get some easy points. Uh, we just gotta lock up in the run, man. If we can, man, this man Raheem Sanders, man, 124 yards a game. KJ right behind him with another 57, almost 60 yards a game, man. That's 200 yards right there between them two. If we can, cut some of that down, and if we can hold Hazelwood and Landers in check and keep KJ in the pocket and not let him pick us apart like he did BYU last week on the road, in Proto, which ain't just the easiest place to go play and win. Um, you know, they on the road. They might be a little weary. They had to go to Utah last week. Now they come home. Now they got to come to Auburn. We done had a week off. We might be a little fresher. I'm gonna say this: we gotta win this one. We don't win this one, boy. Shit.
Yeah, we're gonna win this one. I don't see
We don't
another
win
one.
this one. Ain't no way. If we don't win this one, we ain't gonna be
I,
nobody but Western Kentucky the rest of the year.
well, we could beat
If
that
we
other
don't
team.
win this one, you're gonna have a hard time convincing me that we're gonna go to Starkville and beat Mississippi State.
There's no way. There's no way we'll go to
If we
start.
don't win this one at home, you can't convince me we're going to Starkville and stop Will Rogers.
There's no
It
way.
looked the way it looked against. They looked the way they looked against Alabama. They was up in Tuscaloosa. You see how the boy did A&M down in Starkville. You see how they did Arkansas down in Starkville. It's
Mm-hmm.
different. These kind of kids, them folks be that atmosphere. That shit make a difference. It matters. And man, look at him.
Southdale.
If we can't handle this business right here at home, man, I'm telling you now, it's gonna be rough, man. We're not
Yeah.
ready. We done lost what 4 players this week or
Think,
just so far this week.
I think
Tavares
yeah.
Dawson, A.D. Diamond, Landon Kings, and
And the
Kevius
King.
Walker.
Yeah.
Now a
All
lot of them
bad.
boys wasn't playing no way.
Yeah. I
A lot
think
of them
they
boys
said
wasn't
mention
playing no
Craig
way.
McDonald might be leaving too.
Who?
They mentioned Craig McDonald might be leaving too.
No, we don't play no way.
Yeah. True.
I watch the game here. I watch all the games. Y'all don't be in the game.
Right. Now, they saying like Coy Moore. Somebody's like, wait a minute, hold on now. Dang. Like, all right. Tell
Now
you,
I wish
y'all
we
go ahead.
could. I wish we could have made that Landon King work. Now I really wish we could have made that Landon
Yeah.
King work. But they were
He,
trying to make him a big receiver instead of a tight end. I don't know what they. Now I really wish we could have made him work. But A.D. Diamond, Tavares Dawson, again, Walker.
yeah.
I wish you the
Yeah,
best.
I was thinking the same thing. Like Nanda
I wish
King,
you the
I think
best.
he probably could work.
Yeah, I wish him the best though. You know what I'm saying? Much. I hope you get your education and find you somewhere that you're happy and get you some playing time. Appreciate you coming to Auburn, but hey, you gotta do what's best for you. Auburn does what's best for Auburn. You better do what's best for you. So if that's what you feel like best for you, hey, that's up to you, young man. More power to you. I ain't mad at you. I ain't hating on you. Cause I mean you're a child for real. You some kids. So I
Yep.
hope that young man further gets his head off everybody who leave. Hope you get your education. I hope you find what you're looking for when you leave Auburn. But hey, we gotta deal with what we got.
Yep.
So
Hey.
Courtney got us winning 24-20. I got us winning 27-21. So it sounds like the score probably gonna be 24-19 or something.
Right.
20,
Yeah.
you
Right.
know what I'm saying? It's gonna be something like that, man. Hopefully we don't have now another shootout like we done had already. Like I said, we done already gave up 40 plus points 3 different times, man. I ain't never know no Auburn season to go like that. Can't tell you when the last time Auburn defense gave up 40 plus points this many times in one season, boy. That's rough, man. That's not our calling card. But hopefully, man, after the bye, we can bounce back, make some things shake, and just try to salvage the rest of this season, man. Make the best of it. Because, like I said, I still like Harsin. I still believe in Harsin. I just think Harsin need better tools to work with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't expect you to build a mansion when the only tools you got is for a tent.
And you know what? I thought about what you said the other day. You make a good point because he doesn't have a lot of the tools he needs to work with. He doesn't have the recruiting class, but you got other schools that do have the tools, do have the recruiting class, and they ain't performing on the field. So he ain't on the hot seat as some other coaches, Texas A&M, who got all that what you just mentioned, and still can't
They
produce on
got
the field.
everything.
I mean, so I kind of agree. I agree with you on that now, hey, because they got everything and they still 3-4. So could be 3-5 out this week.
I'm tell you what Texas A&M problem is. They ain't got no quarterback.
Yeah,
Then they got all them young boys. Them last two recruiting classes are really, really hype. Them last two recruiting classes, freshmen and sophomore.
yeah,
Most of the players they playing right now, if you look at their 2D, if you look at their a lot of freshmen and sophomore. Jimbo taking his lumps. You know what I'm saying? If they let him, go through the tough stage, it could pay off in another year or two. Them sophomores and freshmen turn into, seniors and juniors or juniors and sophomores. But like I said, hopefully Harson gets another chance, unless,
I can't
unless,
wait.
unless they call down there to Jackson, Mississippi. The guy,
College game day down there.
the guy who got game day coming to the SWAC,
Right.
coming down to little old Jackson, Mississippi, where they ain't even got water all the time, but they got ESPN kind of game day coming. Oh,
How you get college game day before you get water?
Auburn people. I'm
How
not
you get
advocating for Brian Hudson to lose his job, but if he does, boy, how can we not? How can we not place the phone call into Prime?
He's making
I mean, hey, we already standing toe to toe with Nick Saban in them Affleck commercials.
goat. Goat.
Hey, Nick got a duck. Dion got a goat.
Goat.
Prime got a goat. Dion Sanders, the head coach of Jackson State, is on 60 Minutes.
Right.
Deion Sanders and his players on the cover of Sports Illustrated. We ain't been on the cover of Sports Illustrated since we beat Oregon. We ain't been on the cover of Sports Illustrated since we beat Oregon.
In 2019.
2010.
Oh, you going that far back?
We ain't been on
Wow.
the cover of Sports Illustrated since we beat Oregon in the national championship, my boy.
Wow, that's 12 years ago, man.
Oh, okay. If Jackson State, little SWAC school in Mississippi, they on the cover. They on the cover of Sports Illustrated. They coach on 60 Minutes. They got game. Game day ain't been in Auburn all. When the last time game they came to Auburn?
That's a
You don't know. You don't know.
good
You don't
question.
know.
Yes. It's been 3 years. 4 years.
But they in Jackson, Mississippi.
Hey, Coach Brian, you might not be SWAT, but you sure can be SEC. You could be
Hey, you could be D1, baby. You
right.
you you power five. You power five. You can be Auburn. Shit, we already got this Under Armour. You already
Right.
on the swag. You swagged out with the Under Armour. Y'all got a good relationship. We already know recruiting is never an issue. The man already got a top-notch coaching staff. Ain't nobody got a question. None of that. So
We'll
hey,
see.
It's a no-brainer to me. Somebody gonna pull that trigger and change the fortunes of their football program for years to come because of Coach Prime. And I hope it's one of the schools I'm affiliated with. I'd like for it to be Auburn, but I ain't gonna be mad if it be if it be them other boys either. I ain't gonna be mad. I'm saying,
Yeah, this Auburn
but
show.
but hey, and one thing while we talking, man, I want to give a big shout out to my man TJ.
Yes, sir.
That I saw at the gas station the other day. He had his work
Right.
uniform on. My man TJ, he recognized me. He's like, man, Tony from Talking Tigers. I'm like, yeah. He said, man, I watch y'all all the time. He gave a shout out to Bubba and the old man. He said, check him out. Hey, man, that man said he watches us all the time. Said we got great content. Told me to tell you, Courtney, he loves our show. I'm quite sure he'll see this when we put it up again. If he ain't watching live, he watches us all the time, man. He said we're doing good, man. He said keep doing what we're doing. And TJ, we appreciate you, bro. He said, hey, man, I'm subscribed, man. I'll subscribe.
Hey, I love that.
So, we appreciate you, TJ. And anybody else, if you want to follow TJ Lee, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to CT Talking Tigers on Twitter and Instagram. Coming soon to Facebook. I gotta figure out how to do that. That's all it is. I be scared to log out of my Facebook because I don't remember the password to get back in. So that's really the problem. That's why we ain't got no Facebook page, y'all. I'm scared to log out my own page. I might not get back in that song. I ain't got time to be sending for everybody friend requests all over again because I done forgot my password. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to work and I'm gonna make a Facebook page for us at work, y'all. That's what I'm gonna do. Just start wearing fresh. That's what I'm gonna do. That's how I'm gonna do it. It just clicked in my head. See, look at it. Thank you, God. But yeah, shout out to my boy TJ. Keep listening, keep watching my dog. Hey, tell your friends and tell a friend to tell a friend and ask your grandmama, your cousin, your auntie who they want to watch with you. CNT Talking Tigers, baby. We're gonna be the big thing smoking here for long. We're gonna be on Spotify and everything for long. Y'all better watch out for us. We branching out. We branching out, baby.
But there ain't nothing else for me to say. Y'all be blessed to be safe out here.
Thank y'all for coming
We'll see
out.
y'all
God
next
bless you.
week.
Good night.
War Eagle. See y'all soon.
Whoa, Eagle. Hey.
Hey.